Excellent day to you all from everywhere you listen to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmos, the global president of the Global Clusters Worldwide. It's mind surgery revolution of the global clusters. And we're saying instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let's engage in mind surgery revolution. Let's engage in critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking, thinking out of the box, developing great memory, flexibility, speed. Let's call a meaningful African personnel to be the surgeon of the day by sharing their story so that all of us can learn from their story and can all give our submission so that even our surgeon of the day could too can learn from our submission so that we can all engage our mind this Monday morning before it's something that will jumpstart us. And today, with all pleasure, it's my sister, my partner, my friend, you know, uh, in the person of Madam Susan, all the way from Kenya, and is our East Africa coordinator of the global clusters, and is an integral part of Goodmos Learning Center. Is the executive director of Goodmos Learning Center in Kenya, and we've been together for almost 10 years. So now we're going to be hearing from our story. But before we go into that, she's going to discuss our childhood, teenagehood, adulthood, and how he emerged. And he has a project too, that he's going to tell us about too, this morning. But before we go into that, great shout out to the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Cluster in the person of Dr. Michelle Uko. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. I want to thank all Clusterians around the globe for planning a surprise birthday for me 3 days ago. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. And before you dive into it, let's have a promo video about the mind surgery. Then we'll bring in our
Imagine a
our
world where your mind is your greatest ally. Welcome to the Mind Surgery Revolution by the Global Clusters. This movement is all about transforming your inner world, building mental resilience, cultivating mindfulness, and overcoming the barriers within. At Global Clusters, we believe in the power of introspection and self-awareness to heal, elevate, and empower. Through emotional intelligence and cognitive growth, we can unlock our full potential and face life's challenges with clarity and strength. Think about it. Leaders today are overwhelmed by expanding expectations and digital distractions. But by prioritizing core values and focusing on what truly drives us, we can navigate this complex world with ease. The history of neurosurgery, with pioneers like Harvey Cushing, shows us the incredible advancements in understanding our brains. Similarly, the mind surgery revolution invites you to revolutionize your mindset, just as brain surgery has revolutionized treatment. Even cutting-edge brain-computer interfaces are showing us the limitless potential of the brain's plasticity. But it's not just about technology. Holistic health approaches, like those from Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, emphasize the crucial connection between mind and body. Transform your mind, and you'll transform your world. Be part of the mind surgery revolution by joining us at theglobalclusters.org. Stay tuned for updates, events, and tools to elevate your mental resilience and well-being. Every meeting matters. Don't miss your chance to grow with us.
Every meeting matters. Don't miss your chance to grow with us. Do we have the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution, Dr. Michelle? If he's around, we can give him a little time to talk to us. But if he's not around, let's dive into it. Let's have our mind surgeon of the day in the person of Madam Susan. Um, we want to learn from you, Ma. You know, you are the surgeon of the day. We want to learn your adulthood, your teenagehood, your childhood. How is it? You know, and we want every young lady all over the world, not just in Africa alone, to listen to you today. And everybody, we are currently streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, and we want to equally have an hint into your latest project and how this youth can be participated because we want you to produce your kind in every African nation. most especially in Nigeria, 774 local government want to have little Suzanne there. You understand? Young Suzanne. You want you to replicate yourself. So over to you, ma. You know, you are the surgeon of the day. You have between 30 to 40 minutes to share your stories, and we have about 15 minutes to give our submission, then we close the meeting. Over to you, ma.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. I'm really humbled by that powerful introduction. My name
Mm.
is Susan Sagina Adongo from Kenya. I'm the representative global clusters in the East African region. I'm also the director of Good Must East Africa. Um, and I also am a consultant in blue economy and strategic biodiversity conservation. And currently, I'm working on a project to develop Kenya's sustainable ocean plan by the World Bank. And above all, as he told you, I'm the founder of Development Tracking Tools app. And it's an app that helps people to build their lives, to reshuffle their minds, and to make sure they are growing, whether you are in business, whether you are an individual, whether you are also just pursuing your community engagement goals. So all that is covered in the app. And academically, I'm currently pursuing my PhD in environmental science. So basically, I'm an environmentalist, but also I have a passion to transform communities across Africa and globally as well. And therefore, with all these titles and everything, I'm just a woman whose life turned around, not just in a day, but I have learned a lot. And what one thing I have learned about is that if your mind is transformed, then nothing in your life will truly be difficult. Therefore, the mind is the engine of your destiny. Therefore, I really am so excited about this powerful shift, this powerful movement of making sure there is a mental surgery. And this is just not about motivational speaking, it's indeed a surgery to make sure lives are changing, to make sure destinies are shifting, and all that. Therefore, I would like to welcome you, great minds, to this mind surgery revolution. And this is just a theater where we cut out every toxic thinking. If you have any toxic thinking, we are going to cut it off. Yeah, we are going to build a powerful identity. We are also going to install some purpose-driven perspective. So that's the essence of a mind surgery. So in this case, I would like to give my story and just a journey that has forced me to renew my journey. And as I have told you, a surgery is forcing something toxic out of you. You don't just take a surgery for granted. It's something you forcefully remove the unwanted and install what is wanted. Therefore, going by my signature story, I was forced to renew my mind, which is why I am where I am. And I'm not yet there because I'm also in the process of the surgery itself to just change my mind and to renew my mind. So I did not arrive here by accident. So my journey began in a rural setting in Kenya. I grew up in a humble setting. I have been watching people struggle living on food from the farms. And also, I've seen shifts in seasons that have degraded the soils. They have also had problems of climate shocks. So at some point, we used to have those seasons where there is hunger, and there is nothing people could do and just survive on nothing. And this is where I learned that I need to link the environment to resilience and a proper mindset to ensure there is food security and to ensure everyone lives a life that is desired. So for the past 13 years where I have actively worked, my childhood life does not really define who I am. But being from a humble background, I now began working on issues of biodiversity conservation. My passion grew. I studied in physical planning. Physical planning, it's about the environment and the physical elements in it. My parents had wanted me to be teachers, but my passion was around environment. So I ended up in physical planning, and my passion still continued of conserving the environment. And with issues coming up of climate change and global gas emissions and pollution, I really got deeper into issues of environment and conservation. I started coming up with initiatives after my campus to just invite people, talking about conserving the environment, talking about the smart agribusiness ventures to ensure there is availability of food and everything. But still, my career was basically in physical planning at that time. And as we went by, I started thinking deeper, and I went for a master's in project management just to ensure I have a platform to get further to the environmental issues. And in those issues of project management, I ensured that I learned a lot on issues of climate change adaptation and all that. And eventually, since 2023, early 2023, I started venturing into issues of regenerative agriculture because we had degradation in the soils, and I realized a lot of hunger issues are because of the degradation. And my interest area also was in disaster risk management. So many environmental issues started coming up in my mind. So this is just to imply our solutions come from our immediate environment. When we are keen about what is happening around us, then from there you find your purpose. Your purpose does not just come from people talking to you, telling you this and this. It's about looking around, discovering what is happening around. We have a lot of disasters happening around, and it's all emanating from environmental degradation. Then I looked at the issue of humanity, and I saw women were suffering more. And I started also engaging into issues of women empowerment. I started looking for women because they are the ones who really suffer these consequences of environmental damage. So I started mentoring women from my own home, and I started with 4 3, and that was back in 2016. I'm taking you back and forth so that you understand where this concept of looking around yourself and rediscovering through what you're thinking, and it's coming from your brain, so that you're able to understand where this is coming from. So I started inviting women to my home, 4 women, eventually 10, eventually 30 women. Now I started now putting them under a tree. We are discussing about making things from recyclable materials, because most of them were coming because they want to get job opportunities. Some of them indeed genuinely they wanted to start planting trees. So then I told you I'm a consultant as well. In Kenya, for you to be a consultant, you need to have vast knowledge and diverse capability to think deep and to make sure you have put your tools in place, and also to understand the strategic policy. So I started uh, learning a lot by just getting into fellowships. And one of the fellowships I got into was this African Women in Agricultural Research. I was nominated among the 53 women. So one of the things you would do is to get into fellowships that align with your purpose. So through this fellowship, I was able to meet my mentors, and I learned about the purpose roadmap. So I have been working on a purpose roadmap. So one of the things for you to shift your mindset is to enter into fellowships to learn. The fellowships are meant to just learn and align your purpose and your goals. And through this fellowship, I was able now to know how to develop my purpose roadmap, where in our next session, when we converge, I will get you through the process of developing a purpose roadmap to get you to your ultimate purpose. And therefore, I have seen communities rise from despair. I have seen women redefine their power. I have seen young leaders find their voice. And I have also seen farmers regain hope through transformed thinking. And this has to change through gradual trainings, gradual mentorship, gradual talks to these people. And I can assure you, when you start now, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday, your mind will shift. If you start thinking about your environment, thinking about challenges that you can resolve, challenges that you can work through based on your talent, it is possible. There are enough problems and challenges to be solved. So I led the first ever enhanced rock weathering deployment in Africa, just to sort the climate issue under an organization known as Flax Carbon. And this deployment was about a special rock found in Africa because God has gifted us. It is a basaltic rock that gets it's crushed, and once it's deployed on farmers' land, it renews the soil, and again it captures carbon. So the first ever deployment happened in Kenya, and in a small village, and we had farmers, and it was funded by the UNCCD. It was a major success, and being the project lead, it was indeed a success. And it started from just thinking about my environment, and the CEO of the organization felt that indeed I have that passion, one, for community, and two, to ensure the environment is well catered for. The second deployment is just happening in Kisi. I went there. I have onboarded over 100 farmers, and soon they are also going to benefit from the same. As I also told you, I'm also one of the consultants in a project funded by the World Bank to develop Kenya's Sustainable Ocean Plan. And it is under a treaty that has been conducted by 19 countries. So it's a very, very big thing. And in this, I'm also working with communities, women, to ensure sustainability of the biodiversity. I also chaired the County Conservation and Compensation Committee in the largest city in the country, Kenya. So I made sure you know the in Kenya, Nairobi, it is the only city with a wildlife or a conservation or a park within the city. So I led all those initiatives to ensure the elements of human wildlife conflicts are catered for. And it was a very, very mega assignment. And I ensured that conservation was at the top notch. At the same time, the human are able to interact with the wildlife. So that's an achievement I get proud of because of the environment. It started from a young age, looking around myself, looking at how farmers were suffering, and now this opportunity came. So what do I imply? What I imply is that what you're thinking, whatever is happening in your brain, you're thinking about your environment will affect you in 10 years to come. I look back 10 years back and I look at what I was doing, and I'm paying for the consequences, whether positive or negative. So whatever you're doing now is what you'll be paying for in the next 10 years. So you should have a picture of yourself in 10 years, what you're doing, how is it going to reflect in your 10 years. And currently also, I developed an app known as the DTT that has been able to transform the lives of people and the organization, as well as the political element. So the app has been on trial, and so many people have liked it. And really, we are yet to deploy it on Google Store. And at the same time, I'm an award leadership fellow among the 53 women across Africa in 6 countries. And therefore, the program is still continuing. And as I can tell you, I am growing by day. We are not yet there. However high you are, you're still learning. You should aim to go higher and higher because the sky is the limit. So I have also authored some global scientific work on agronomic effects of the rock dust powder that I have talked about. And I have been founding and directing multiple impact driven enterprises that are really helpful. But my essence here is to create for people and to make sure the environment is safe. And also, in surgery, I have been looking at it and I have looked at several pillars that we are supposed to be looking into. And once we follow these pillars in the mind surgery, it will transform us. And I was looking at it like a framework. First of all, the first pillar is just to make sure you identify whom do you believe you are. Identify yourself. So in this case, it's an identity reconstruction because when you go to a doctor, for instance, the doctor will look at you and just identify the kind of issue you have. So first of all, you have to identify. So we can call it identity reconstruction. Yeah. So who do you think you are? Whom do you believe you are? So for you to understand whom you are, so many people have fears. So many people have delays because of fear. You fear to pursue something because you don't understand who you are. So personally, most of my life delays and fears came from my identity crisis. So I have had identity fractures. So in this mind surgery, you have fractures, and one of your fractures is your identity. You don't understand who you are. So what labels have you carried that were never yours? Think about that. So once you are able to think about that, then you are able to identify your mental fractures because we want to conduct this surgery. You cannot conduct a surgery without understanding whom you are, without knowing where the fracture is. Is that fracture on your head? Is it on your eye? Is it on your nose? Let us understand. Think about yourself. Where do you have those fractures? Are they fractures of fear? For instance, me, I had fractures of fear. I had fractures of identity. I was really confused. I was listening to other people. So these labels had carried me to my nervous system, affecting me, affecting my mental life cycle. So, what internal narratives do you have that are limiting your growth? So, internal narratives are the things you think about unconsciously. You wake up in the morning and you're like, this is difficult. No, work about that, work on that. And it is from my personal experience that I had these internal narratives. And it is from where I come from. When you call people at home, you ask them, how are you? They'll always tell us, oh, it's so dry. We are hungry in the village. Well, even when they are food, there's that mentality of hunger. So change your mentality. So this is the first framework just to sort out the identity crisis. Look at the fractures within you, then remove those internal narratives that you have, the negative thoughts. And those negative thoughts, they come unconsciously. So some of you have traumas that you have gone through. Yeah, I have had my own personal traumas. I looked into myself, how society has perceived me, how my family have also perceived me, does not affect me. Somebody would say, you are a slow learner of the family. Another one would say, you are a this and this. Those are some of the identity traumas that are affecting us, that are making us to be fractured. And that is the first level of the mental surgery, the brain surgery. You have to know yourself, you have to know your negative thoughts that are limiting you. You also have to think about what traumatic experience have affected you. Not to mean that in a negative sense. Once you think about it, then you are able to identify how now you can sort it out. And then you also look at how society has looked at you and what they have imposed on you. Because most of us, what society imposes on us is very, very different. Some people would tell you you are a serial entrepreneur. Instead of looking at yourself as a serial entrepreneur, you look at what society is telling you. You look at what your friends are telling you. You are a jack of all trade and a master of none. Look at that positively. Yeah, in on every negative side of something, there is always a positive side of it. So these things had framed my thinking. They affected really my they affected how I think of myself, and it brought me behind. So I'm taking you through a journey and relating it to the mind surgery framework so that you are able to implement whatever is happening within yourself, outside of yourself, with what society is talking. And I have seen destinies shift because people finally say, I deserve to rise. I deserve to better. I deserve this. You have to think and talk positively. And there are people who even started having morning rituals. The morning rituals means you have statements with biblical connotations to it. Yeah, and you wake up in the morning, you say, I rise with prosperity, I rise with greatness. Those are the affirmations that are supposed to be catering these issues of mental fractures. The second pillar I looked at in the mental surgery framework was perspective renewal. How do you renew your perspective? Now that you have identified yourself, you know you have fractures on your head, wherever you have those mental bad images, you have negative thoughts. How do you renew? How do you interpret so that you renew it in your life? So, life is not shaped by events, it's shaped by interpretation. Someone could say something and you interpret it positively, another person interprets it negatively. And a common example would be like if I have a glass of water, somebody would look at the glass of water half full, and another one would look at it half half empty. So whoever looks at it half empty is right, and whoever looks at the glass with the half water half full is equally right. So the two are there are two perspectives, but the idea is one. So we need to renew our perspective to make sure that we look at that glass in the context of the fullness, and that is an optimistic mindset. So, how do we renew our perspective? How do we renew our perspectives? One, you need to replace setbacks by setups. A setback is what brings you behind, and a setup is what you're setting for to ensure you look at the challenges as an opportunity to prosper. Then another element is looking at obstacles. Of course, you've had setbacks. Look at those setbacks as setups. Sit and think about all your setbacks. List them down. Then write the setups against your setbacks. The second option would be if you are an obstacle person, you are somebody who is faced by so many obstacles, write down all your obstacles in red with a red pen. Then opportunities are green. Green is something that is prosperous, something that has grown. Then take another green pen, write opportunities against each and every obstacles that you have written. I'm doing this because I have done this practically, and I want you to emulate exactly within the framework of the mental surgery. So there are people who are faced by fear. You fear speaking to multitudes. You have an idea, and when somebody else stands up to speak, you said, "Oh yeah, I have the same idea. Why didn't you speak it out?" Fear, and biblically, fear is not our portion. God does not allow fear. God does not like that element of fear. Therefore, out of fear, list down all your fears in red again. What do you replace fear with? Against all your fears, replace it with curiosity. Because once you fear something, then there is something that the devil has hidden behind your fear, and that thing is success. So when you fear to, for example, when you unleash one fear at a time, then that brings you to that kind of curiosity. So you replace your fear with curiosity. When you fear something, what are you fearing about? I fear how people will look at me. I don't want to present myself and do public speaking. People will look at how my mouth is moving and they will. Those are fears. Please replace them with curiosity. What are you curious about? You're curious about how people will look at your ideas. Please put that curiosity in place. Make sure however stupid your idea is, be curious to know how people will react to it. And that is a place of learning. You will learn from it. There are people who are faced with issues of delay. Delay, of course, it's part of the backward mental problem. Yeah, of course, when you are faced with delay, and so many people are really, really frustrated because whenever they are venturing into projects, there are a lot of delay. And for you to cut this delay, you need to list down what is delaying you. List all those things that are delaying you and why are these things delaying you. Then replace it with preparation. In blue, in green, you've written your delay factors and the reason of your delay factors. Please replace it with your preparation. What do I do to prepare for this delay? What do I do to prepare for this and all that? Yeah. So, as a conservation planner and a climate action leader and a serial entrepreneur, I have learned that even the earth regenerates when the right thing and the right interventions are done, yeah, or when the right interventions are conducted. And the right interventions can only be achieved by the right mentality. It gets us back to the brain surgery. You have to change your mind. Your mind works the same way as you perceive. So the moment you orient your mind to the positivity, then it will work. Then the third pillar of the mental surgery, based on my life story, would be the purpose activation. What were you created to build? Think about why were you created and what were you created to build? That's your purpose. Your purpose is basically that, what you are created to build. Purpose is not a job title. It's not any other thing you'd just think about. It is what you are created to build. Yeah. Purpose is a becoming. It is what you are created to build. It is a becoming. So I would personally say my purpose emanated from as when I was a young girl, and of course I liked documenting things in a dream, in a diary. So my dad bought me my first diary when I was just a young girl. I liked writing a lot, and I liked documenting things. And we used to have these stamps, the poster stamps, where we just stamp it on a book to make it look beautiful. I don't know if it happens in your countries. So I liked documenting and making that diary very beautiful by sticking even those stamps, newsletter pictures. So it made me like it. So the more you decorate something, the more you you are appealed to be within it. Some of you have never constructed purpose statements. Some of you have never had those purpose images on your walls. Make it a ritual. And once you make it a ritual, make it as beautiful as possible. Decorate it, color it, make sure that it's attractive enough for you to wake up in the morning and you're happy to look at it. Something that you wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I would want to go and look at those, what I wrote. So that is why now I became from a young girl with a small diary. Then I started leading major environmental and blue economy projects later in life. And eventually, your purpose will always follow you. As much as you do other things, my passion for environment came. You know, purpose combines passion, it combines skills, it combines the people you are surrounding yourself with, it also combines your goals and everything around you. So I started now these issues of environmental and blue economy projects because I was looking around me. Of course, I have a purpose. I started writing in my journals as a small girl, but at the same time, as I'm growing, I'm pushed and I'm actually driven towards environment. I'm looking at things in a very different context. That's how your purpose builds. Then I started now encouraging people, one, two people, three people, and now the empowerment element started coming in. Purpose that doesn't just come from the blues, it comes from what pushes you, it comes from what appeals you, what attracts you. So it's never from the blue. God created you with the environment around you to ensure your purpose is discovered. So once you discover your purpose, there are things that move you. What are the things that move you? It doesn't matter your education background. There are things that just attract you. Somebody studied about engineering, but he's moved towards environmental issues, he's moved towards resolving people's problems and all that. So that's where your purpose comes from. It doesn't come from your career, it doesn't come from your education. So in this case, later in years, I started launching the DTT app, but then it came as a journal. I started a small journal where people could fill in their daily activities. And once I developed this journal, I printed about 300 books back in 2025, last year. So on printing these books, so many people started filling them just to rediscover their purposes. And basically the essence was to encourage people to realign their lives. And from there, the idea of the app came up. So I started engaging these people monthly. And you know, this purpose requires time and consistency. I started conducting monthly meetings, and Ambassador is a witness. And through these monthly meetings, I could get reviews from the books, from the journals. You remember I told you I started with a small diary when I was a small girl. And now it's becoming a journal where people are filling in. And the passion of helping people makes me create it in a way that somebody has to fill in their goals. And then at the end of the year, reevaluates what have I achieved, what have. And then people started talking about why can't you just, now it's a digitizing world. You know, it's a digital world. And people are now moving from these manual things, and those were the reviews. And the business persons were saying, this is a very good journal. I wish I had it for my inventory. And the politicians were telling me, oh, this is a very nice tool. I wish it was there to track my political journey. And some community workers were like, oh my God, I wish it was just something to help me track whatever I'm doing with the community members. And I met remote workers, including this. There is a global organization. I met them at the same time with the global clusters, and I was challenged. I'm like, oh, these people are global and they remain remote teams. So now that is how the DTT app came about, just solving things from the journal. So what does that mean? That means your journey does not end at what you start. Whatever you start with is what God gives you to start on with. Like you need to have something at hand for you to achieve your major goals. And the journal was what was at hand. So now, through reading all these patterns, I was able to resolve all issues people had through one app. One app has many things, so it is able now to track careers, it's able to track your goals, it's able now to give you an inventory of your business, to just give you a trajectory of where your business is headed. So every day when you key in your sales and everything, you're able now to see your profit instead of just calculating manually. It calculates for you with the AI insights. As a politician, if you want to meet people in Bungoma, you have sent a representative. Like all over the country, you have 50 representatives. You are able to look at them real time on the app. You are able to track your growth through the app. You are able to work with your remote teams through the same app. And which is why I am here to make sure that the world lives in a better place and everything is aligned within its intention. And therefore, that gets me to the fourth element of the mind surgery framework: interactive moment. Yeah, we are now at the mind cutting. You detox. We want to cut you off. We want to cut that negativity. We want to cut out the toxicity in you. So now the next item would be an interactive moment, the mind detox. Now we are cutting it off. So let's pause a bit. Think about your three toxic mindsets. What are those three toxic things that you must get off today? Please think about the three toxic things that you must get off today. What are those three toxic things? Before I tell you my toxic things that I had to fight off, a surgery is you cutting through, it's the painful moment. Some of those things are very painful. So, that's why we have this surgery here. It's a painful moment to cut off what is affecting you, to cut off all those. Think about those three toxic mindsets. What are they? Write down if you can. I'll give you an example of the three items I worked on as you write and as you think through. And those things must be cut out. Write them in red if possible. Those of you who have access to any red text or red pen, if you are on computer, just type it and highlight in red, because these are the toxic things that we need to cut out from this brain surgery. So I assume you have all been able to write those three toxic things, and maybe I should tell you my three very toxic things that I had to fight with. One, I had this very bad fear of failure. What will people say? So if I go forward, how will it? Supposing I fail, those are the things, that fear, it was really bringing me backward. And that the second thing, I have to be honest, there is that imposter syndrome. Yeah, you want to be like somebody, but you are not. I'm a soft-spoken person. I cannot speak like my ambassador here with boldness. Yeah, but I can't force. I have to speak as I normally speak. And that's where it comes. Don't emulate people. Don't pretend to be somebody. Be yourself, because God has created you in a way that, in your own way of doing things, it will really make impact to people. The third element was overthinking. That overthinking element was really a weakness for me. When you want to do something as simple as possible, you start thinking about what will happen. Supposing I fail, supposing I proceed, will I get money? What happens? How much do they need? Will they charge us? they are calling me to the podium. Will they need some money? That overthinking. And as you can see, the three toxic mindsets that I had relate to each other. You will discover that your toxic mindset, even if you list the first 10 toxic mindsets, you evaluate it clearly. They relate. One leads to the other. Fear of failure leads to imposter syndrome because I fear to fail. I want to be like, to speak like this and this person so that people look at me like I'm bold. No. And then that imposter syndrome puts you in that overthinking mode because you are not yourself. You did what you are not. So you are overthinking now, because if you are somebody else, you will always think harder on how to become this person. But once you are yourself, then God will make things flow. So that overthinking really affected me. And more of them, like scarcity mentality, that comes from majorly where you who you relate with and where you stay or where you hang out most of the time. If you hang out with eagles, you become an eagle. If you hang out with hyenas, you become a hyena. Yeah, you start eating rotten meat and dead meat. So please, let's hang out with people to change our mentality. So I had that scarcity mentality, and it's affected by overthinking. You're like, can I really afford this? Can I really afford to be in these platforms? I'm supposed to go to Turkey next year. You are thinking about things that do not matter. Yeah. So that also leads to self doubt, those self doubt issues because of that imposter syndrome. Then issues of people pleasing. There are many, many others. Some of them are not, um, may not really be from my portion, but I gave you the first three that I faced with. Some of you have that self doubt. Some of you are people pleasing. You want to do things to please people. Some of you are maybe um feeling undeserving, I don't deserve this. Some of you are child rooted inadequacy. Oh, when I was a child, this is how we do things. And some of you fear being seen or fear being heard. What if, my nose is tall, is long? How will people now look at my nose? Your Those are your past battles. Forget. Yeah. So with that mental framework, we have another element of, maybe I could give the fifth. You have to seed. The fifth framework would be to seed. You have to seed. You need to plant what must grow. Yeah, you need to plant what must grow. So now, in this case, you need to make declarations. You remember I told you we need to have those morning rituals. Morning rituals means, when I talk about rituals, some of you think about witchcraft. Please change your mindset. Okay, anyway, morning rituals could be something like, one way that you could seed or you could plant, because you have had a surgery, there is a repair that has been done, you need to go home and recover. So once you recover, you need to eat healthy, you need to seed. Seeding means you planting what must grow. So you plant good health, you plant quick recovery. So therefore, your mind is a fertile ground. I hope you can hear me. Your
Oh,
mind
yes, it
is a
was breaking at some point. Yeah, it's loud and clear now. Go ahead, ma'am. It was
okay.
breaking at some point. I was about to. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we are at the purpose seeding. The mind has already faced surgery and everything. So we are at the recovery. So how do you recover? You need to seed. Seeding means you plant what must grow. So therefore, your mind is a fertile ground. It comes from that basis that your mind is a fertile ground. The moment you put bad seed in your mind, that is the weed, it grows. If you put positive seed, you put good seed, quality seed, then it grows. So then make sure you align with your purpose. As I have told you what a purpose is, think about it, align with your purpose. So make sure you are capable. You make yourself capable. By making yourself capable is learning new skills, making sure you're prepared. You join platforms that would promote you, like what we are doing at the global clusters. And you also start working on a journey of becoming. I told you about the purpose roadmap. Purpose roadmap is one of the tools you can use to in a journey of becoming. Yeah. Then you start impacting. Once you become, you impact. Yeah. So then your future will not resemble your future cannot resemble your past once you follow all this. So then you go into that transformation teaching. Transformation teaching means you are into the leadership mindset. Once you have sorted all that, you have changed, you have seeded good fruits, and seeding is just that ritual of confessing what is good. By confessing every other day, you find yourself doing these things to your destiny. So, drawing from my award fellowship, I told you I was one of the nominated 53 women across Africa for this fellowship. And I must tell you, it has been a good experience. It's one of the transformation journey that I have gotten into. And as much as I'm done with that, I will be able to also get into any other leadership fellowship to make sure that I'm always transforming. Yeah, you get into those leadership trainings, things that are transforming you. And by that transformation, you make sure you are, let's say, in the global clusters. If you are there every other time, we have people teaching us things that are they're building us. So in this transformation teaching, you could participate in all global cluster forums, in this brain surgery, and it has really helped me. For instance, I have been able to grow emotionally. My emotional intelligence is high. I can negotiate with high self-esteem. I never used to be this way. I was a very, very shy lady. Then I was able to believe in myself, that self-belief that you are able. It brings also a sense of clarity once you are able to interact in these forums. And then your vulnerability is gone. It also helps you to have that discipline. Yeah. So once you have that discipline, it builds you into that audacity. Yeah. So from that personal testimony I've spoken about so many things. I have had to unlearn. Personally, I have unlearned many things. I have unlearned that fear of speaking. Like, I hope some of you can see, I have unlearned. I used to fear. I never used to be this. Yeah. The fear of being wrong, I have unlearned. And even in our PhD, we are told every suggestion you have is right. Everything you say is right as long as you justify it. You have to justify it with proven, published resources. So you have to do away with that fear. So I had to just to make sure that I have studied enough, I have researched enough to make sure that I have everything factual. I don't give people things that would mislead them. Then that fear of being seen, overcoming those things, I had to unlearn. I had to just overcome that. Yeah. Then fear of stepping into bigger spaces, I had to unlearn that issue. And right now, I step into bigger spaces. I speak into global forums. I speak to people. I mentor women across globally. I mentor young people across globally on leadership skills and everything. Then the fear of unknown. Do not look at what is ahead. Be led by the Spirit to ensure that you are moving without that fear of the unknown. Do not fear, because what is ahead, once you unleash one fear at a time, that's a step towards moving ahead. So I would like to challenge you for your destiny. Your future self is always calling. Yeah. You cannot enter a new season with an old mindset, and you cannot rise in purpose while thinking in self doubt, thinking in fear, thinking in all those things I told you to write in red. You cannot walk into destiny carrying a baggage of your past, of what people talked about you. Or, yeah, that is very terrible. Yeah, make sure you go into your destiny without carrying all those baggages. So, therefore, I would just want to encourage each and every one of you to stop limiting thoughts and replace each with an empowerment truth. Like I have told you, you write one in blue, in red, and rewrite your story in green. So, as we close, your revolution starts now. Yeah? Your mind is your life's engine. Hmm? If your engine is faulty, the journey will be difficult. Make sure you work on your engine. But when your mind is renewed, then you become unstoppable. So it begins from your mind. I have walked this journey and I am still walking it. And today I walk it with you. And I still walk it with you in this journey. So you are not here just to survive. You are here to build, you are here to create, you are here to heal, and you are here to empower and even to influence your own transformation. And once you are able to transform, then your generation will be waiting for the version of you that will be of a renewed mind and that can be revealing enough to make sure your generation is changed. And finally, your mind surgery revolution begins and it starts. Make sure you go by it, you follow it. Yeah. And I want to call you, each and every one of you, to join every Monday for this mind changing transformation. Make sure you attend, and your next level is waiting with a renewed mind. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for listening to me.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing. Thank you, ma'am. Please, everyone that has listened, and I just want you to, if you can drop your comments right now here on StreamYard, on Facebook. Please kindly drop your comments. Honestly, she has really taken us to another level. Um, our East African coordinator, Susan Sagina Dongo from Kenya. Honestly, you took us to another level. I, for one, I mean, I have been taken to another level. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. I know that if we had given you an hour or 2 hours, it will not be enough. I mean, it will still not be enough. I know that by God's special grace, I don't know how your schedule is. I would love to have you 5 p.m. Nigerian time today for the survival strategies in the new normal. And there we're going to have ample time. You will have ample time to, give us more from your knowledge, from your, you have given us, sorry, I beg your pardon. What you have given us this morning is accurate knowledge, is accurate information, honestly. And people pay to listen to messages like this, honestly. We quite appreciate you, the global president, the 001 leader, Dr. Uko, everyone right here. We are proud of you, ma'am. And so I would be asking, okay, I saw Ambassador Abosedeko a moment ago. I would like her to kindly unmute in 2 minutes, ma'am, max, because we just have a minute to go. We have already gone beyond, you understand, and we want to ensure that everyone has the privilege of adding their, saying one of two things. Available, let me look. Okay. I saw FNG the other time. Okay, let me. Oh, beautiful. Ola Samuel, please unmute and add your voice. Thank you for joining today. Samuel Toluwani, please kindly unmute. I believe you have been listening, you have been following, and please kindly unmute. Can you hear me? Samuel, oh, beautiful.
Yes,
Kindly
yes, I
unmute and
can.
talk to us. All right. In a minute or two. Thank you. Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Um, I really liked your story. It was very transformative. I'm not just saying this because this is a regular global cluster meeting, but as young people, even in Nigeria, we need people like you in Nigeria, especially in the communities, because they are blinded with a mindset that they cannot move past their families' limitations. And me, this is one of the challenges I do face. The most significant one is the family and breaking of limitations. I liked as you emphasized on God. Like God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love and sound mind. And also know your purpose, know God's way for your life. Your purpose is not your career or what you want to do in life, or what you are meant to do in life. So I really appreciate this. I'll still go back and listen to it on YouTube because I believe it was streamed there. Thank you very much, man. Ma, but I have one question.
Okay, Sam, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Ask.
Um
Ask. Go ahead. Ask.
okay. Okay, ma, there are some passion I have. Like for example, I have passion for football. I want to play football and I have passion for being a philanthropist. But I see that my family is a big limitation for this. So how can I break off this barrier that is standing in my way? Because I am a very optimistic person. I want to do a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. That's very interesting. So many African kids have been affected equally, in equal measure. They want to do something against their parents' wishes. I would say obedience is important. First of all, look at what, consider your parents. They're always having good thoughts for you. When you want to pursue your passion, pursue it as a side hustle. They may not want you to do it professionally because they are supporting you to do something else. Do it, but at the same time, create time on the side to make sure your passion is catered for, because we have different sets of giftings. We have talents, we have skills, and we also have purpose-driven goals. And once all these things are different and they build up to one, you may be following your hobbies, but of course, you're not looking into your skills. Maybe your parents are interested in just making sure you are skilled. And earning a skill does not really matter what you have done. You can always unskill and reskill. And some of us whose parents had pushed us into doing things, we didn't refuse. We didn't tell them, no, I don't this. We had to do it, but we had to work hard and ensure that we have income coming in eventually to just pursue our own goals. There is how just God works out things. And of course, thankfully, the parents of today, the millennials, they understand these things. They let their kids do their own things. but still we have those traditional parents or parents who are into kids have to do their own thing. So you have to balance. Make sure you're skilled and make sure you do what your parents are doing saying, because it will help you. They are paying for you. But at the same time, do your side hustle. Make sure you create time. There is always free time to do your football and maybe your philanthropic works. Maybe over the weekend, after now you're done with your school, and also you make sure you have done your house course before you go there. Maybe they could be resisting you because you haven't done your house course. Yes, and thank you so much for just pointing out the family limitations. And eventually, we will unpack each and every limitation. Like I have told you, once we have unpacked, then we are able to rewrite it in a manner that will make you or resurgerize your brain. Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Sam, kindly ensure that you join, you do not miss today's survival strategies in the new normal, okay? I believe that she's going to be available and you'll be able to ask more questions, all right? You know, there's a true life story of someone here in Nigeria who never went against what her parents wanted her to study. She went ahead. As soon as she was done, what did she do? She said, "Daddy, mommy, thank you. This is what you asked me to do. I have done it. This is, you understand." She presented it to them and said, "Thank you very much. God bless you." She now went back to do what she wanted to do. So I love that aspect where Madam Susan said, you don't have to say no. You don't own my life. No, you don't have to drag. You don't have to. Just as simple as that. Let me just stop there. All right, let me quickly bring forward who else is here? Madam Chelosa. Joe. Sorry, I'm not seeing this clearly. Okay, Chelsea Johannes or something. Chelsea, please, Chelsea, kindly unmute and add your voice. Chelsea, kindly unmute and add your voice. Chelsea, please, can you hear me? Beautiful. Thank you.
Hi. Yes, I can hear
Hi,
you.
Chelsea. Nice to see
Sorry.
you.
Hi. Sorry, I joined in a little bit late. I was engaged in another meeting, but I'm glad that I got the meeting still on. And as one of Madam Susan's mentees, I have to say I'm really proud and I'm so happy that I'm walking this journey with her. And we'll be there with you all along the way.
Thank you, Chelsea. Nice to see you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Chelsea. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking Chelsea was a guy, you understand, when I saw Chelsea. So I was beginning to think you're a football fan. All right. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for adding your voice. We have our 002 speaker of the certificate revolution of the global clusters. This is a meeting where we talk about skills, what you know how to do. Are you an orator? Are you a fashion designer? Or you're into one amazing vocation or the other? And that's where we allow you to do what you know how to do best. We don't shut you down. We don't ask you to shut up. And so that's the speaker, and I would like him to unmute and add his voice all the way from the United Kingdom. Master Genie, kindly unmute. Master Genie, good morning, sir. How are you today? Please add your voice.
Good morning, sir. Cluster Fathers. Good morning, everyone. I greet our global president of the Global Clusters, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmos. Thank you so much for this innovation, for this opportunity. I greet everyone on the call today, especially our mind surgeon of the day, Suzanne. Thank you so much for that great mind awakening lecture you have given on to us. I believe every young person on this call today will have a lot to pick, and their life should not remain the same, and also they should be able to live a positive, goal driven life, because here you have shared with us uh, self-actualization begins with a strong mindset. You understand, and aligning our mindset with our purpose and unlocking the hidden potential within. You understand, a powerful and timely message for anyone seeking growth and transformation. I was just reading that in the comment section, and I was like, wow. That's just it in a nutshell. You have given us another surgery today, and everyone that they are struggling to have a purpose or struggling to choose a purpose in life because they are confused because their family want them to do one thing and in their head they want to do another thing. You have narrowed it down and you have shown us another way whereby it makes it possible to end up having a great life and also a better future. So thank you so much for that great lecture. I believe anyone who has missed any part of this my surgeon today should try and give themselves some time to go back and watch this lecture again, because there is so much to grab and we cannot just give a simple submission. It goes very long way, but like we always say, your mind is like a virgin land. It depends on what you plant on it. So like what we have been shared with today, if you plant positive goals in your mind and you have a good strategy like what I said we thought today, then I believe we all will thrive and be prosper in life. So thank you so much for this great opportunity, everyone. And thank you, our spokesperson, our my surgeon of the day. Hope to learn more from you again, Madam Susan. Thank you very much.
Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, Master Genie. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And please permit me to read what we have. I mean, people have dropped messages here. Let me just read from Stephanie. As a young girl, I am more than motivated and ready to take charge of my life. Amazing, beautiful. Thank you, Madam Susan. That's what she sent. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And Madam Susan has also responded. Now, let me move on to FNG Citadel, Mr. Williams. That's another great person I respect so much. Well spoken. This session on mind reawakening is deeply inspiring. Very true. It reminds us that true self actualization begins with renewing our thoughts, aligning our mindsets with purpose, and unlocking the hidden potential within. A powerful and timely message for anyone seeking growth and transformation. Mr. Williams, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful one. And he also sent another one. Good morning, Mr. Fares. Well spoken. This session on mind. Okay, okay. I think it was the same thing he sent. I think he just sent it again. So within a powerful and timely message for anyone seeking growth and transformation. All right. So let's. Oh, Dr. Uko is here. I was busy reading messages, ma'am. Dr. Uko, I just saw you. You're glowing. You're looking, she's not even looking like somebody that is almost 70. She's looking like a 50, 40-year-old person. Thank you, Dr. Uko. You're welcome. At this juncture, I would like to bring forward our 001 leader of the mind surgery revolution. She has been talking to us. She has been giving people room to talk to us, to help us learn how to deal with our minds, how to push out, how to stop negative thoughts, and so on and so forth. So allow me to bring forward our one and only Dr. Uko. Over to you, Dr. Uko. Hello, Dr. Uko. Are you there? Okay, let me allow another person speak. I hope it's not her network. Okay, who else is here? Okay, I have read out FNG's message. Sorry, please, the next person can unmute. Something is this person's name. it's displaying, so I'm not able to. Please, if you have not spoken and you're here, kindly unmute and talk to us before we have Dr. Uko. Then we're also going to be having our president. Okay. Hello, please, can you hear me? There's somebody here. I can't see your name because of this message that is displaying right now. So, if you can hear me, kindly unmute and add your voice, please. We need to move. All right, let me allow the global president to add his voice. Our president, sir, kindly unmute and add your voice, sir. Thank you. All right, Dr. Uko just sent me a message. Maybe it's her network. She said, "Great job." All right. Okay. The global president, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? I thought he unmuted before. All right. If he has network issues, let's have Dr. Uko. Dr. Uko, let's have you, ma'am. Let's have you, Dr. Uko.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, boss, we can hear you. Go ahead,
Oh, I've
sir.
been speaking. Oh, I've actually been
Ah,
speaking,
no.
but
Wha-
the network is been a
Aha.
bit. I've been talking. I had to connect my other phone. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is a beautiful mind surgery revolution section today. My sister, you know, you left every one of us speechless today.
Go ahead, boss. You are muted.
African prosperity starts from the mind. We all need to understand this so well. Every African prosperity starts from the mind. We all need to understand this. And we have been giving guides to, if a lot of people overthink. Some people have been DMing me while you were speaking that they are getting a lot of values, they are getting fantastic values and all of that. And if you're listening to this online right now, we want you to actually, give your own submission right now. Give your submission on give your own submission. So this is a great one. Thank you, the 001 East Africa cluster of the global cluster. Thank you for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. I recommend that every young person listen. If you want development in Africa, this is where it starts from. Your mind is the ground for the development we all crave for. Our mind is the ground for the development we all crave for. So having said that, I will want to call on the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution on a mobile call so that she can add her voice because because She's been trying to speak, but the network here in Nigeria sometimes, you know, could be distracting, and that is why I want to call her on a mobile call right now. If she's listening to me,
Yes, boss. We are ready. Okay, while we wait for her to get through, I wouldn't know if we have people on TikTok. Master Genie, sir, please, do we have people on TikTok? Did you connect your handle? Like, are we connected? Hello, Master Genie, please, can I get feedback? Master Genie, sir. Okay,
Sorry,
maybe
KP.
he
No, we don't
no.
have anyone on the TikTok.
Hello,
TikTok. Oh, beautiful. Okay,
hello, can you hear
let me
me?
just say one of two things. Thank you,
Can
sir.
you hear
Let me
me?
just say one. Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's the network that threw me out. Now we'll be listening to Dr. Michelle. You know, I'm trying to reach out directly right now so that she can speak to us, she can add her voice. Then, Farex, you will conclude, and we'll end the meeting this morning. I believe we had a beautiful moment with our mind surgeon today. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, I want to urge all Africans. We are currently going on a movement in Nigeria, 37 million youth digital literacy. In Nigeria alone, in Kenya, we are going on 20 million youth digital literacy. And every youth needs to jump into the Spark Up right now. Take the course on how to become a digital entrepreneur. Hello, ma. Yes, ma. Can you hear me now? All right. So you can speak into the program now. Can you hear Dr. Michelle, everyone? Dr. Michelle, please speak to us.
First of all, I'd like to greet everyone and say happy holidays. And I would like to acknowledge that Susan, I don't know if you can hear me.
Susan can hear you. Susan, can you hear Dr. Michelle? Yes, she can hear you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, great. I just wanted to thank her for sharing her life experiences as well as her wisdom. And I, the mind surgery specialist, have learned today, particularly about 7 pillows. I just wanted to thank you personally. I'm having Wi-Fi issues right now, and so is a lot of the cluster areas. So I just wanted to appreciate you. Hopefully, we will meet in person, and I want to thank you, particularly when we talk about this pillow, and for all those clusterians who are interested in taking themselves to the next level through transformation. The steps are very clear. I am going to implement each and every step starting today. Hopefully, there will be others who will join. I think self-actualization is the most painful. You becoming a person, you making real decisions about cutting yourself, cutting your negative thoughts, cutting into the voices, those inner voices of fear, self-doubt, procrastination, very painful actions that are keeping you from going to the next level? Can you become certain wealth? They some work, and then if you do, you will now understand the pain. But she also stated that you need your you need to follow direction. I've never used a black pen, a red pen, and a green pen, which is strategic. She gave you step by step by step. She gave to you the tools. Please do all of the serious. Go to who you want to level up. Please acknowledge and thank her. And please, on a daily, do your 7 pillows. It's going to be painful. It's going to require time management, but it has to be done. The same way that you go when you're in pain with other areas of your body, your mind, your brain, it controls everything. Please become your own best 001 surgeon. With this urgency, we need each and every last one of you, not just building yourself, building your family, building the community, becoming leaders and builders. I want to say hats off to our host. You're doing a great job. Again, acknowledgement of Ambassador Dr. Coley Bachman. Thank you so much. Remember today's date, December the 8th, 2025. You have clear operational instructions. Everyone, have a great day.
Wow, that is amazing from our 001 mind surgery revolution of the global cluster. Thank you, Dr. Michelle, for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. And it's a no-brainer. The whole of East Africa, they are happy, and we are taking the bull by the horn by ensuring that digital literacy in Africa is the real deal. That Africans, engage in digital literacy. So we are not taking it lightly. We are not taking it lightly. We are going to we are going to uh, take this opportunity and ensure that every youth in Africa, you know, are involved. So every one of us, let us all take this go by the on. Faret, in conclusion, what do you have to say, Faret? Faret, are you there?
Yeah, yes, boss. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I would just like to say that she said the mind is the engine of your destiny,
Yes.
and it's not. This is not just. This is beyond motivational. You understand? Talks and all that. So this is a real mind shift. So, and she also talked about anything that is toxic. You have to get rid of it. It's very, very important. And I love the part where she said you have to identify, you have to know where the problem is. You have to. If you don't know you have a problem, or if you don't know there's a problem somewhere, it will be very, very difficult to, sort it out. It will be very hard to do the needful. So that one caught me. I mean, that part caught my attention. So I want to remind everyone that you have to. And she told us to write some things in red, those problems, everything that has caused setbacks. You have to write it down. Write it down in red. This is where my problem is, or this is where these are my problems. These are my problems. So write it down. Then of course you have to, because once you get rid of a negative mindset, you have to replace. You have to, otherwise it will creep back in. Yes, if you have a space, you're not using it, you're not you have not put anything there, you have not, you understand, cobwebs, dirt, dust, and all that. Well, that's what will happen. You don't even have to invite spiders. You don't have to invite. You understand? They will come because the place is empty, and it's a free space for them. All those junks. So you have to take out every junk, or you have to every garbage. You have to get rid of every garbage. It's important, and that's one thing I have learned, and I have because of time, I would just like to draw the curtain right here. So just discover yourself. Your circle of influence is very, very vital. If you're surrounded, I mean, if you have people that are always telling you that this thing is too difficult, you can't attain it, you cannot achieve
Hello,
it.
correct, are you there?
You can hear me. Oh, pl- please, am I being heard? Oh, okay, okay. Ambassador can't hear me. So that's what's up. Thank you, sir. Let me just draw the curtain here because of time. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Are you still in?
Hello,
Okay, I think we
yes,
lost
can you
him.
hear me now?
I think we lost him. So
Hello,
once
can you hear
again,
me?
our
Hello,
spokesperson.
hello.
Hello, sir. You can't hear me, but we can hear you.
No, I can hear you. I can
Um.
hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
very
I was
much.
just winding up. All right, sir.
Okay, okay. Can I round up right now?
All right, sir. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Want to appreciate everyone for coming by. Please, kindly, if you are watching this, we want to learn your thoughts on everything we have learned today. Please, kindly drop at the comment section. What's your thoughts on everything, your takeaways? We want to learn. We want to know what you have learned. If you have similar stories, you can actually do the write up and drop at the comment section. Having said that, I want to be rounding up, but before we wind up, we want everyone to know that African is going on a movement right now. We are going on a movement by 2030. We'll have over 1 billion African individuals that are digital inclined. You know, the internet now is not something that you will say is none of my business. It's not a spectator call. It's a call for everyone. There's nothing you want to do on earth right now if you are not involved in the digital space. You are still playing. So, digital literacy and critical thinking is where we're starting from. And that is why there are two courses on the Spark Up currently as we speak. Can we all mute ourselves, please? Can we mute ourselves, please? If you're there, please kindly mute yourself. Thank you. Now, the digital literacy, it's a no-brainer. By 2030, we want to make sure that at least 1 billion Africa have this. Now, if they have this, is for us to take African continent from where it is to where it ought to be. So, having said that, that is why the global clusters are taking the bull by the horn, and there will be different millions of people that will be engaging. Everything will be free. We will connect them to UK diploma course on any of the digital program that they want to do, but they will start from the spark up, create an up of their community. They will create, if you are from any city in Kenya or any city in Nigeria or any local government, go to the Spark Hub right now and create your hub and start, informing the youth over there to register and take the two courses. And these youth should engage in nation building discussion like the mind surgery, like survival strategies in the new normal, like the humanity revolution, like the genuine love revolution, like the people to people revolution, like the accurate connection revolution, like the project ARE revolution, like the security revolution, like the certificate revolution. So everyone should engage in these mind surgery meetings. And with this, we're going to get philanthropies, NGOs, and well-meaning companies and Nigerians and Africans to sponsor you into a UK diploma course, and you will be able to take this, and we'll assign a mentor to you, and you can move from where you are to where you ought to be. So having said that, I'll be ending by asking a question. Who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We are not just a social media platform with a marketplace with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth. We have pre-built an ecosystem to solve every problem, as regarding development in Africa and beyond. So having said that, to join us is free. Go to the Play Store right now, download the Spark Hubs. The Spark Hubs is spelled THESPARKHUBS. Download it on the Play Store. If you're using an iPhone, go to your Safari, and you should go to your Safari and search the Spark Hub, or you go to the Safari and type www.thesparkhubs.org. And you can sign in with your Google, connect with me, connect with meaningful people globally, and start your courses as a young person from age 10 can join this intellectual movement. From age 10 upward, if you're an African child, if you are from anywhere in the world, you're from Asia, you are from Europe, you want to, get inclined in digital literacy, this is your opportunity. This is to the world. But because it's born out of Africa, we want all of our African youth to take advantage of this. Zambia is going on 9 million youth digital literacy empowerment. Kenya is going on 20 million youth digital literacy empowerment movement. Nigeria is going on 37 million youth digital literacy empowerment. Ghana is going on 5 million. So like that, African, we are igniting a major move on digital literacy. We're going to be having people engaging in content creating, editing, Python, front end and back end. So many things will be going on in our father's land. Thank you very much. Join the Spark Up today, and let us start the great movement to take our father's land from where it is to where it ought to be. And our mantra is make Africa and Nigeria great again. In Ghana, it's make Ghana and Africa great again. In Kenya, it's make Kenya and Africa great again. Thank you very much. Make Zambia and Africa great again. So on and so forth. We're leaving no stone unturned. If you're listening to my voice right now, my name is Dr. Adekunle Badmos, and I'm the global president of the global clusters worldwide. And we're saying, join the first intellectual movement to move Africa from where it is right now to where it ought to be, to make the continent of Africa great again. See you in the evening at the survival strategies in the new normal. Go and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye for now. Bye bye.